What's up, everybody? It's your man, Governor Wildstar. Hey. I know I'm looking all different today. You get to see my beautiful, handsome face. That's right. Since today is National No Mask Anti-Protest Mask Day, fuck that mask. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do. So I hope you all are out there participating in the anti-mask protest today. So here I am. You get to see my wonderful face during this show here. And I got a wonderful guest lined up who I'm going to be introducing to you all in a moment. But first, of course, you know what to do if you're enjoying the show at any time, especially if you're out there watching on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, share this video, share any of my other videos, whether it's me, challenging a traffic ticket in court or getting arrested for that traffic ticket or any of my debates or any of my other videos, viral videos on my YouTube channel. Please share them. Help me be heard by more people. Help me expand my audience so we can grow this liberty movement. Let people know about what I'm doing out here in California, attempting to take over the state for we the people, all right? Of course, if you want to support my effort in doing so, definitely head over to my website, governorwildstar.com. Be sure to donate. Click that donate button. All of y'all watching out there, last video I think had like 300 viewers or some shit like that. But yeah, if all of y'all gave me $5, I would have hit my money mark by now, my fundraising goal. So start putting your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? If we really want to take over government, we're going to have to challenge the system on their level. And they got millions of dollars. They got hundreds of millions of dollars. And we have none, because we're too busy thinking it's not worth the investment. So don't complain about it. Don't bitch and complain about it later on down the line once a candidate gets into office that you can't stand because you didn't do all that you could to help those candidates that you do like actually get elected. And that's where I come in, because if you love what I'm doing, like I said, I could certainly use your help. So be sure to donate over at governorwildstar.com. Click any of those social media icons, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Be sure to connect with yours truly. Help me grow my audience on those platforms as well. Trying to hit 5,000 subscribers on all my social media platforms. So connect with me. And of course, if you're out there watching, be sure to drop a comment like my man Vips on Matter. I think so. I said that. Vips and Master, something like that. Dropping a comment, laughing, hanging out with me for this broadcast. So thank you, Vips and Master, for tuning in, dropping a comment. Any comments, questions, do like your man there, and I'll be sure to drop them on the screen. But in the meantime, with no further ado, I want to introduce to you my wonderful guest who's been waiting in backstage, and his name is Ricky Estrada. He is running for mayor of Menifee, California. What's up, Ricky, and welcome to the Black Side of Liberty, bro.
Hey, Wildstar, thanks for having me.
Hey, the pleasure is all mine, my man. We got a lot to talk about, and because there's a lot going on out here in California, as well as in our entire nation, and with you running for office, that should be a great inspiration to those people out there that are seeking that desired change through our political system. And I'm excited to hear about all that you have to offer we the people of California. So I do know you off of us being libertarians, part of the Libertarian Party,
yes, freedom.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got to definitely do that. But it's a lot of people out there who I'm sure don't know who the hell you are. So please, if you could, tell them who is Ricky Estrada, my man.
Well, hey, California, and thanks, Wildstar, for having me. I'm Ricky Estrada. I'm running for mayor in the city of Menifee. It's part of Riverside County in California. I'm a true conservative, and I really feel like this country needs young leaders, new blood, a new voice, and conservatism, especially amongst the youth. And I feel like I'm the true conservative in this race here in Menifee. I'm the only candidate who wants to repeal that extra 1% sales tax. I'm the only candidate who says I won't take contributions from special interests and developers. I only want individual contributions from everyday citizens. I'm the only candidate who's saying I don't want Menifee to be a sanctuary city, and we need to live up to our Constitution, and we need to protect American citizens first. I love this country. I want to stand up for the next generation, and that's why I'm here.
Wait. You said a lot there that I want to ask you about. I mean, because you said you dropped the C bomb on them and said conservative. So you gotta break into that a little bit, because that's like a trigger word for a lot of people out there nowadays. If you say conservative, all of a sudden they think you're a Trump supporter, you're a red hat, you're you're a racist. So
I'm registered as a libertarian, and that's how we met Wildstar, through the libertarian social network. But I do support our president. I don't believe the president's racist. I think that's a big misconception by the media. Hey, I'm Latino, and I say build the wall. Okay, and that's because we have a lot of problems over there in Mexico. Who do we honestly have any American citizen who says they trust the Mexican government? I mean, I've never met an American citizen who says, yeah, that Mexican government, I really trust them, and I really like their way of life over there. But there are problems spilling over the border, and my family and my parents came here for American values. So I'm conservative. I'm libertarian, and the most important reason why I'm conservative is for the Constitution. I feel government has gotten so big. Not only on the federal level, but here at the state level in California, a lot of our rights have been infringed upon, and you kind of touched on it on the intro. So I feel like it's very important to spread conservative values, and libertarians can reach across the aisle and work with Republicans. We're part of the same team generally.
Yeah, you would think that we'd have an opportunity to kind of bridge that gap between the far right and us in the middle, you know what I mean? Because we do seek, of course, accountability of our elected officials when it comes to them upholding their constitutional oath. But of course, when it comes to them being responsible with our money, that's what's most important. And you would think people on the left would be embracing of that idea, but they want to splurge, and spend taxpayer money like it doesn't exist, and create these social programs that should be funded by somebody, but for some reason they believe will be free. So
I agree with you. And you know what I feel, and one strong thing that the Libertarian Party pushes is, hey, we as individuals believe we have the best idea of how to run our lives. We don't need government or the nanny state to tell us that. They're not doing us any favors, And as far as all those spending programs, you mentioned Wildstar. Hey, I can find 1% of waste in my household. Sometimes I go around like, man, maybe I should not have bought that, or I could use this money more wisely in another area of my life. And California should do that too. We don't ever cut anything. We just keep adding and adding and adding. But I'm sure government, just like people, can waste. Government is made up of human beings, and government makes mistakes. So exactly. I definitely want to cut some of these welfare programs. And American citizens should come first. The illegal immigrant thing is a very hot topic here in California, and I think a lot of the taxpayer dollars should go towards legal residents.
Yeah, the governor of the state actually, used hundreds of millions of dollars to help out undocumented citizens in the state, when you have American citizens here in the state of California who are out of work, who have families, who lost their businesses and don't have access to any financial aid whatsoever. So it's sad to see that, again, our tax dollars are being used to help a specific few, and those of a certain group versus the whole, the entirety of the population that needs access to that help. So one thing that you did talk about with this whole immigration thing, I actually want to hit on that, because Menifee to me really sounds like one of those cities that's kind of like a retirement city here in California. One of those places where people go like Palm Springs to just disappear and enjoy the retirement life. So with Menifee, you wouldn't think that it would have that many major problems like immigration issues or wasteful spending, et cetera, et cetera. What are some of the problems out there in Menifee, and what would you do to fix it?
Yeah, we got, just like other parts of the country or the state. I'm sorry, we have homelessness here now. Our city council says there's only 17 homeless people. That's the data they share with the public, but it's not true. I go around door to door. I've knocked over 3,000 doors by myself. I'm really on that personal touch campaigning uh, spree. I want to do that. I want to reach people personally because politicians don't do that. So um, people feel like they're out of touch with their leaders. Like I said, the homelessness is bigger than the figure 17 that they give. Another thing too, 4 out of the 5 city council members in Menifee have run unopposed, and that's not healthy for democracy. That's not healthy for fresh views. And we have a lot of new families moving into Menifee. Our population is supposed to grow 50% over the next 15 years. So we need new voices. We need these new families to be represented. And that's why I want to run. And like I said, I don't want to accept developer contributions. I want to be for the people. Here in Menifee, we have this big issue called Measure DD, and it's for an extra 1% sales tax. And part of it goes to funding public safety, and part of it goes to infrastructure. It's worth $10 million. And one of the big misconception that city council is spreading is if you take away this extra 1% sales tax in revenue, we're going to have to, defund the police. We're going to have to defund fire. We're going to have to, lose capital improvements. But that's a big misconception. We have a general fund, which is $60 million. And if we lose
pardon me. I'm not sure what's going on, if you can hear me or not, but you're having audio issues. I don't want you to continue because I know you're saying some good stuff and I want everyone to be able to clearly hear you.
Yeah, I hear it kind of staticky.
You sound like digitized.
Yeah. Is that better? I think it's a little better now. Can you hear me now?
A little better on the video side, but as far as the audio, it's still a bit crunchy.
Let's see. Is that better?
Not really on the audio. Again, it's more so the audio that's causing the problem.
Maybe I can readjust this, or maybe I can move outside where I have better service. How's this?
Give me a microphone check.
Hello.
It's a little better. I mean, I can hear you clearly, but it still has that effect to it. If you want to continue, I mean, that's fine. Hopefully it clears up as we go along.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully it clears up. You sound okay. I think it kind of stopped there. Is it better now?
Slightly.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's just do the best we can.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, as I was saying, it's a big misconception. If we lose that revenue, we'll still have $50 million in our general fund. And guess what? The city council, they make the decisions. We are the decision makers where the money goes. So I just feel like the city council is kind of fear mongering with people's safety when we'll still have money in our general fund to reallocate towards the police.
Yeah, it's crazy that right now, even during this pandemic, you have them pushing legislation that would pretty much disable us even more economically as a community, and wastefully spend our tax dollars on these programs, whatever it may be, whether it's so-called doing infrastructure improvements or improving our schools, even when kids can't even go to school. I mean, what's the damn point of making the schools better and doing improvements on the actual facility itself if kids are not being allowed to attend schools and enter those facilities? So hopefully you're still with me. It looks like you're having an issue there. But yeah, as Crystal Wildstar here, my wife says, great job going door to door. It takes a lot of dedication and persistence. Not everyone is so welcoming when someone talks politics. And especially right now during this coronavirus lockdown, you know, the pandemic panic, where people don't even want to talk to people face to face anymore. So that's definitely brave of you to still continue to go out there and pound the pavement, you know, and go to door and put a face to the representative that they're going to be seeing on that ballot. And you're right. It's sad that a lot of candidates do go unopposed in whatever area. Not only there in Menifee, out here in Fresno, out in Fullerton, where I was before, Los Angeles. You know, so there's tons of places throughout the state of California where our representatives go unopposed, and then we, the people, complain about them later on down the line. We definitely need to change that reaction, start being proactive, you know, instead of reactive, I say. And it sounds like you're somebody that's being proactive and taking charge of what's going on in the community and stop relying on, you know, these corrupt politicians to fix it for them, right?
Yeah, and actually, like you said, people with this whole coronavirus thing, you would think people might not want to interact, but hey, whenever they get a candidate coming to their door, they're still excited, and I haven't let that stop me. People are still like, wow, I've never met a candidate. Thank you for at least coming and saying hello. And it goes a long way, that personal touch and that personal outreach.
You're right. I mean, I've done it myself in my community as much as possible, and I've always gotten that response as well. So I encourage any and all candidates out there, even during this time, go out there, you know, knock on some doors, go to some Walmart and stand outside with the signs and, you know, meet your local candidate or whatever the case may be. Just get your face out there, get your name out there, because that's what the mainstream media, with the, you know, fake news would like to do to us libertarian candidates or us candidates that are challenging the system, period. So we definitely got to go out there and continue to challenge that. So speaking of challenges, this whole coronavirus thing has created a large challenge for not only the people of the community, but for the government, supposedly, to do their jobs. So as far as this lockdown is here in California, it's been extended over and over. The governor supposedly has left it up to the mayors of the cities to implement their own protocols and opening procedures, etc. So if you were mayor of Menifee, what would you do to handle this whole coronavirus deal?
Yeah, well, I understand we're superseded by the state and the county, but I really would be a vocal leader in opening up the economy, opening up our schools. You know, we have had 0 deaths for children under 17 in Riverside County. So I think our children should go back to school. And I think we should be able to go back to church. I think I would be a vocal leader in the church community saying, hey, the government has no business telling us how we practice. You know, it's nobody's business how we practice. It's only my personal business and our freedom of assembly on how we practice our religion. And we miss our sports, you know, and I would be a vocal advocate for that. Now, whether I have the power to supersede our supervisors and our governor, you know, I don't think we do. And, you know, unfortunately, our hands would be tied locally. But you would know where I stand, and I would try to find loopholes and work with our staff to alleviate some of the stresses that our citizens are having.
Now, one thing about Fresno, where I ran for mayor here, we have a strong mayor system. The mayor is pretty much an executive officer of the city. So pretty much buck stops with the mayor. Is that the same thing out there in Menifee, or are you just another legislator and part of the city council members? I know some cities operate that way as well. So with you actually having the authority, like you said, to reopen schools or reopen parks, etc. That's something that would exist under a strong mayor system. Is that something that you would be able to do out there in Menifee?
Yeah, our hands are tied here. The city council is the ultimate body, over the city staff and the government, but being superseded by our county here in Menifee, we would have to adhere to those guidelines for Riverside County.
Yeah, see, I object to that shit together. I mean, we got some Riverside County supervisors who are just way too rigid, way too top, way too. I don't give a damn about nobody else except for myself, like most county board supervisors, and they probably won't give a damn about helping those people in those communities unless they're pressured by donors or people paying or putting money behind their campaigns to make sure they keep that cushy little government job they've been given. Um, so with Menifee, I guess, still having to struggle with that leadership and the city council being the governing body, the leading governing body there. And then, like you said, still having to adhere to county supervisors and what they say. Sounds like you need a Governor Wildstar in office to help make sure that you get all that you need out there in Menifee.
I'm definitely with you. I believe we should open up, and that's where I stand.
Absolutely, indeed. And especially when it comes to people of faith and being able to exercise their religion freely, I think government has seriously overstepped its boundaries when it comes to that freedom of expression, which still falls under the First Amendment, So we do have constitutional violations happening, people, by these people that want to uphold it. Keep that in mind. Speaking of constitutional violations, let's move along to another issue because it's another hot button issue in the country right now, and that's racial injustice through our criminal justice system, our judicial system that don't give a damn about Black people. Definitely, especially since they can be shot and killed by police officers on the street, and then we don't really see much justice happening when those police officers are prosecuted or whatever the case may be. But as much as Black people want to complain about being killed by police officers, brown people should be too. I mean, in the state of California, they outnumber Black people getting killed, I believe, 5-1. So brown people get killed more than Black people by cops in the state of California. Why don't the brown community jump on board with criminal justice reform, wanting to, make sure that our judicial system is rid of, its racial prejudice?
Yeah, well, I can speak for myself. I don't know if I can speak for all the Latinos, but I think Latinos are disenfranchised. A lot of them either aren't registered or are trying to provide for their families and busy in their hustle and bustle of life. And I'm open to the conversation. I'm open to bringing that issue up, but also another characteristic of Latinos is they're Catholic, and they have a deep religious background, and they want to. I mean, at least for myself, I can speak. I try to think optimistically, and I pray to God that a lot of things get taken care of with His help, and but Latinos definitely need to participate more and voice their opinions. And just like many of the minorities, they feel disenfranchised or ignored or constantly promised things, especially by the Democrats. And as a Latino, the Democrats haven't done anything for me since JFK or the civil rights era. We haven't really seen a big push for minorities since the 60s and 70s. So I lean conservative now because the conservatives are talking about the issues and addressing them and giving us more freedoms and allowing us to work and everything, and opening up and for a strong small business, the economy, religious rights, pro-life, and I think a lot of Latinos can start resonating and waking up to conservative values.
Yeah, and like you said, they are also included in that large, underserved, underrepresented, population here. And I apologize to anyone that's out there listening that says we have bad audio. I'm not sure what's going on, if it's the government fucking with our connection or what. But we're gonna do our best to just go through this as much as possible. Hopefully you guys can hear us clearly. I've been told that it's me too, Ricky, so you're good. What you brought up about Latino people culturally, I want to ask you about, because what I would say from my perception, or in just my opinion, is that Latino people have been conditioned to support authority, whether it be religion or through the government itself. Like you said, people, they go to Mexico or come from Mexico. I've been there myself. You got the, federales walking around with AK-47s, and they have this very militant presence in the community, and it stems through that, rule of force. And I think that the same embrace of I would say government being expressed here in America, when we're supposed to be the superior authority over government. We, the people, us, we shouldn't be afraid of police officers. But yet, again, if you're conditioned that way, you're going to think it's okay, right?
I'm sorry, the audio is a little staticky, so it was hard for me to pick up everything. But I see a comment from one of the viewers saying, "Do brown lives matter to brown people?" And I'm open to freedom of assembly. If you want to get a group together and say, brown lives matter or black lives matter or white lives, like, that's our freedom of assembly. You should be able to gather, whether we disagree with each other's platforms or not. You should be able to peacefully assemble. Now, we should be doing it peacefully, peaceful assembly. Some of the things going on with all the divide and tension right now, I don't agree with. But and whether I agree with your platform as a libertarian or as a Marxist or as a Democrat or Republican or disagree with it, as long as you can do it, assemble peacefully at the street corner and share your ideas peacefully, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think this is just a sensitive issue, and because of the choice of words for the name of the organization, it makes it even more difficult for people to throw their support either behind it fully or speak out against it, in opposition of it. And whether it be Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, all lives matter, it would be nice if we said human lives matter, and just coming together to demand that from our police officers. It's that we are human. We need to be treated like humans. We need to be respected as humans and not be called animals, not be called thugs, not be portrayed a certain way in the media and by our government officials that incite violence and acceptance of totalitarian behavior. Really, I mean, we shouldn't be going around accepting that our government officials get to use force against us. But were we to do the same, we'd be criminals. That's completely absurd. So, you brought up during a little earlier about how immigrants here in the state of California is also an issue, and I've heard that also myself. So, one of the things I want to ask you is, why is immigration a big issue among people that are immigrants? I mean, even white people that are here, they are immigrants from somewhere, but yet they want to demand that this is their land and, you know, you should leave or go back to your own country or whatever the case may be. But for those new immigrants here that are against those people that, again, may come here for other means, don't have a visa, uh, don't have citizenship, and maybe going through that process and maybe finding it difficult or expensive, or whatever the case may be. So there's so many different factors involved. I want to ask you, as best as you can answer it, because like you said, you don't speak for all Spanish people or Latino people, you just speak for yourself. So why are immigrants prejudiced against each other, you think?
Um, well, first of all, the whole immigration platform needs more readjustment. I think, there's definitely flaws in it. I'm for immigration, but legally, just do it the right way. My parents and my family did it the right way. And, um, I think it's a very important issue, actually, because especially in California, we're a border state. And, we are paying so many taxes here in California, and we are putting in, more money into the pot constantly, and we feel like we have little to show for it in California. A lot of Californian policies, aren't working, and people want new creative solutions. And since we're paying so many taxes and we have little to show for things here in California, people are starting to get frustrated because, hey, not only are we getting less to show for it, but people who shouldn't necessarily, I don't want to say, well, illegal residents are taking away from our funding. And it's like, we're already struggling. We already have little to show for all the taxes we pay. And now we have another source coming in and taking it. That's why I'm.
All right, I got to object to that, right? All right, so first things first, California is one of the hardest tax states per capita, but we're also one of the largest donor states. We match government dollar like 10-1. So people in Arkansas or Ohio or, Rhode Island or whatever get funding for welfare or whatever, Medicare or whatever social program from California. So when Californians complain about our money not being visibly seen here in California, that's why, and we definitely got to start educating our constituency of that, and you as mayor got to definitely let these people in the Latino community and every community that, hey, our money isn't being used as effectively right here in our city. It's going out to other cities, other counties, and then it's maybe even going out to other states. We need to make sure that our tax dollars are staying here. That's one of my proposals as governor of California with my California First initiative. I want to end any and all federal funding, period. As soon as I take office, we're not borrowing any more money, but we're not giving away any more money either. We're going to use California taxes right here in the state, and it's unfortunate that gets rolled down and pointed onto our, immigrant population. You know what I mean? But you're right. The representatives that are in power right now, like Governor Gavin Newsom, has used hundreds of millions of dollars to help undocumented immigrants in the state, opposed to actual residents of California, American citizens. So, we see that happening.
I'm on the same page with you there. We should be using it for our residents here and not being spread so thin.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. I mean, we got to audit. I don't know if mayor will have an opportunity to audit. Like you said, you may have to lobby your other city council members to have them push for independent audit, a public audit, And but as governor, that's something that I think should be done first and foremost. We need to find out where our tax dollars have been going, at least for these past 3 to 5 years, while Gavin Newsom has been in office. But if we could find out where our money is going, I think that would alleviate a lot of issues and a lot of prejudices against certain people, including our immigrant population here in the state.
Yeah, I
Did,
definitely
did you hear me?
stand with you.
Or did I catch you off guard with that?
I don't know. Is there a question? It's kind of
No,
static.
I was saying I was asking about reducing the issues with the money is definitely going to take away, or fixing the issue with the money is going to reduce the issue of prejudiceness against immigrants, right? Because that's one of the big issues with people that got a problem with people that are here undocumented is, well, they're taking away our jobs, or they're taking away our money because they're on welfare. They get free health care, or whatever the case may be. They just think they have this free life living carelessly. They don't pay any taxes. They don't work. They just do nothing. That's not true.
Yeah, they're part of, they're human beings. Let's not forget that immigrants are still human beings. They still have families. They still have a heart. I'm all for that, but I just want it done the right way. And I know they pay sales tax and they purchase things and they definitely contribute. But they shouldn't be doing things like taking someone else's social security, or they shouldn't be using fake social securities that don't belong to them. And and we need help. We need workers. This economy is growing. We want you to come over and we want you to work. We want to provide opportunity here. This is the land for everyone. It doesn't belong to one specific culture or one specific race. We are welcoming here in America, and we know that's one of our strongest assets, that you can come here with nothing and make yourself something. That's probably the strongest asset America has for immigrants. So I want them to come over. We just have to do things the right way and know exactly who you are.
Yeah, I don't like the government knowing anything about me at all. I don't want to have to register my gun. I don't want to have to register my car. I don't want to have to register my person. And that's exactly what the government does with this whole documentation.
Yeah. I
Of social security numbers and cards to keep track of us. You know what I'm saying? Like we're cattle or something like that. We're not property. We're not products of the government. We're products of us, our own people of the land. We're in control of that. So the people that I've spoken with lots of people, dude, on the gubernatorial campaign trail, and a lot of them, believe it or not, undocumented people, white from Canada, from fucking France, and Czechoslovakia, and other places, Russia, even.
Yeah,
So,
that's a misconception too. It's not just Latinos. We
have right
coming, and I'm with you. Being a libertarian, I stand with you. I don't want to have to register or give the government all my information. I just think the bare necessities need to be addressed. Just your social security, just you are who you say you are, and everything else, government does get in the way. And this whole stuff with, FISA and the Patriot Act and the government being exposed in the past decade or two of all their abuses, I'm totally against that. They shouldn't have all the power that they do. And James Clapper was caught lying to Congress saying, oh no, we didn't know we were surveilling American citizens. And he very darn well knew he was doing it. And these are government abuses that no one respects. That's why we need new blood. That's why we need people like you and me to run.
You damn straight.
And bring in new, fresh ideas. New blood. We need new blood.
Right, and people who actually care about this country. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm doing this for selfish reasons. I care about my family. I care about my safety. I care about their safety. I care about us being able to prosper as a family, being able to grow, being able to go out and travel freely, unimpeded, without being harassed. I want us to be able to have education, experience as much educational services as possible without it being dictated by another group who may disagree with the education that I'm receiving. And that's what government is. It's a block, a blockade to all of that. So I'm running so I can tear down that wall. And if you like where I'm going, come on with me. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like you're headed in that direction, full steam ahead yourself, my man, out there in Menifee. So definitely keep blazing that campaign trail, going out there, being brave, showing people what a brave American looks like. You know what I mean? During this time of crisis, we're not afraid of no ghosts. We're not afraid of no viruses. So go out there, continue letting people see what a courageous leader looks like, and hopefully you'll get elected. But Ricky Estrada, I appreciate you for being here. I do have one more question for you before you get out of here, and I do like to ask questions that kind of shatter the stereotypes and break down the barriers of cultural differences and learn more about who we are culturally differently, and bring some unity to the table in that aspect. So I do have one question for you, and I'm pretty sure everybody out there would appreciate this. But it seems like the Latino culture love to party. I mean, like, it's a party for everything. Somebody's birthday, quinceañera, somebody could die and it's a party. I mean, like, and that's cool. If I die, I want somebody partying for me. You know what I'm saying? Don't be crying and all that shit. Make it a party, a celebration. But yeah. But I went out shopping and shit. I seen somebody selling and this was a Latino person. They were selling a coronavirus fake pinata. Now, I don't know what they're celebrating. Are we celebrating the coronavirus or beating the coronavirus? I mean, what is it? But if you could answer that question for me, I know you don't speak for them all, but why do Latino people celebrate everything?
You know what? I think just the optimism we try to have, and you know what, we try to be as being Latino. Like I said earlier, you are strong. You have a strong Catholic Christianity background,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to be optimistic about everything. And even with death, we know our family members or loved ones are going to be going to God in heaven. And it should be a celebration of life. Someone's tightening up their relationship with God. But yeah, I definitely think that the Christian and Catholic background, here's another thing too, and you're kind of touching on it. And, I definitely feel like Latinos are very welcoming towards other cultures too and other races. And you see a lot of interracial marriages amongst Latinos. And, I grew up with African American uncles and Filipino uncles and Caucasian aunts, and uncles. And I never felt like my family had any ill will or disagreed with any of the interracial marriages. We're just happy-go-lucky. We know under God and under the Constitution, we're all created equal by our Creator. And I think that keeps the optimism going.
I love that, man. I think we need to be embracing of that just as Americans, period, here in our country. We should stand to celebrate life and death more openly, more unifyingly, instead of dividing and separating and saying that's their culture or how they behave. And that's me too, and we all need to start being embracing of that, just that way of life, like you said, to be carefree and focus more so on just life itself, us being out and being able to go out there and have different experiences and be blessed by the Almighty to do so, because
Right.
we
And
could be living a much more unfortunate, living.
Yeah, we
What's
should be
that?
able to reach across the, we should be able to reach across the aisle with, other parties. We should be able to shake hands with our enemies, and even
Hmm.
if we disagree with them, we should be able to sit down at the table with them. And I appreciate what you're doing, Wildstar. Keep fighting for your family, keep fighting for liberty. I'm going to be rooting for you. I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm following you on social media. And also to all of your followers, my social media is Estrada for Menifee, the number 4, and estrada4menifee.com. You can see me pushing patriotism and new bold ideas, and I'm going to push with Wildstar for the next generation.
All right, you damn right about that, man. We're gonna push this revolution all the way past the finish line, man. We're gonna hit that goalpost one way or another. So Ricky Estrada, candidate for mayor of Menifee, he is right here, ladies and gentlemen, and I appreciate you for being on the Black Side of Liberty, my friend. Best of luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, God
Have a nice
bless.
night.
It's same to you. All right, you guys, that again was Ricky Estrada, candidate for Menifee mayor. So please head on over to his website right here, Estrada, the number 4, Menifee.com. Please connect with my man. Please support my man. You heard everything that he had to say, what he'd like to do for the city of Menifee, the county of Riverside, and the state of California. And if I'm elected governor of California, I'll be able to assist him even more in his effort. So, but first things first, he is on the ballot in November. My election isn't until November or March 2022. But in the meantime, Ricky Estrada, November this year, 2020, people of Menifee, you have a chance to make him your mayor. So please definitely be sure to go out there and vote for him. And of course, all of you out there that are watching and, want to vote for your candidates, like my man Ricky, of course, vote Libertarian. Go out there, vote Libertarian. Like I always am going to keep telling you guys, please vote for your Libertarian candidates so we can upset the two-party system and get rid of this establishment, this one-party establishment that exists. It does not serve us, does not benefit us. We know it by now. Stop doing the same thing over and over. It's broken. So let's fix it. Do something different. You know what I mean? The way you're going to do something different is to vote Libertarian. Vote for any Libertarian candidate that is on that ballot, like my man Ricky Estrada for mayor of Menifee. And if you're out there in Delaware, okay, Delaware, you had your primary today. I hope you went out there and you voted for all of your Libertarian candidates, including Joe Jorgensen, candidate for President of the United States of America. What that's going to do is give every other candidate that is on the ballot that had to petition to get ballot access to have permanent access from here on. And that's what we want. We want to make sure that any and all candidates have permanent access to the ballot. We shouldn't have to collect tens of thousands of signatures just to get on the ballot to be voted for. So eliminate that by voting for the presidential candidate. And what you will also do is help her improve her percentage so she can have an opportunity to be heard on the presidential debate stage next to Joe Biden and Donald Trump. If you want to have, better yet, petition Joe Rogan, get his ass and tell him that if he wants to have Trump and Biden on his show, since he already biased and said he's going to vote for Trump between the two anyway, mix it up. Get Joe Jorgensen in there so we can hear what she has to say too. All right. So rally his ass, jump on him, troll him, and let Joe Jorgensen know, or let Rogan know, Joe Rogan know that you would like to have Joe Jorgensen be added to that lineup for that presidential debate on his show. And like I said, please be sure to go out there and vote Libertarian Delaware. If you haven't already. And people of Louisiana, you are up next. Your primary is November 3rd, which I believe should be close to election day. We're getting close. So Delaware, you're the last state to have a primary. And then, Louisiana, you screwed. Your primary is actually on election day. It may change. It says, let's see. Yeah, it says right here, no primary for state legislative seats in 2020. So, Louisiana, you will have no opportunity to vote for any of your legislators in 2020. Your government body has decided to bypass your primary and send you straight to the general election in November. So that's it, everybody. The last primary for the union was Delaware today, September 15th. So that's it. Hopefully all of you out there paid attention and voted for your libertarian candidates to, again, give them ballot access, but also give Joe Jorgensen an opportunity to be heard on the presidential debate stage. That's it. It's a wrap. And we will see you in November with regards to the presidential election. And all of you people out there in California or not in California, if you want to help me become the next governor of California, then I need for you all to head on over to crowdpack.com/C/Wildstar, the number 4 gov, and be sure to contribute as much as you can. Like I said, all of you people that are out there watching, you want to give me $5, $20, $200, any dollars at all to help me reach my fundraising goal of $10,000 before the end of the year. That will give me an opportunity to challenge the establishment and give those people underserved, underrepresented, unheard people, unspoken people of the community, an opportunity to be heard. And I'm not going to put money behind this at all. I mean, if you vie for a job and you spend it, you don't want to go for broke. And that's what running for office is. You go for broke. All of you people that donate, you can get your money back. If I contribute to my own campaign, I'm not getting any of that money back. It's a wash for me. To get on the ballot is like $4,000, and to have a statement in the ballot book is about $1,200. So I need $10,000 before the end of the year, so I can start the new year at a good start. And I'm going to need that amount of capital to do so. So please, if you want to, be sure to give me an opportunity to be heard and represent the people of California. Head on over to crowdpack.com and make a contribution today, as you can see right there down at the bottom of the screen. And all of you out there that want to speed up the election process, if you are sick of the governor right now and want to get me in office sooner, then go over to recallgavin2020.com and print out the petition, sign the petition, circulate that petition in your community, get as many people involved in the recall as possible, get many people informed about the recall as possible, because the mainstream media isn't talking about it much at all. Excuse me. And we want to bring more awareness to what we, the people out here in California, are doing. So please, like I said, head on over to the website, get that petition circulating, recallgavin2020.com, and let's get him out of office now. And if you'd like to help with the efforts on the boots on the ground side, you know what I'm saying, then join We Have Rights, a nonprofit organization fighting to restore the constitutional oath of our elected officials. So I'm part of the organization as well, and am doing my best to make sure that, excuse me, we can reopen the state of California and put pressure on our government to reopen the businesses here, schools here, the communities, the parks, the beaches. We want to reopen. We want to get our lives back to normal. So if you want to restore normalcy, then go out there and get involved in your reopen protest. And like I said, oh, damn, hold on. I jumped my gun there. Head on over to wehaverights.corp.org and get involved today. You can click get involved, join us. And of course, all of you people out there that want to put some money where your mouth is, help us get all of the funding that we need to have more rallies, like the one that we're going to be having in Fresno here soon, it does cost money. So please contribute to We Have Rights or the recall Gavin2020.com. All right. And all of you people out there that want a psychic reading, please come back tomorrow where my lovely wife, Crystal Wildstar, will be providing psychic readings to any and all of you out there. So if you want a psychic reading about your love life, some dreams you had, or family member that passed on or something like that, if you got a question, she can answer it. She is extremely talented, and she proves it each and every time right here on the Governor Wildstar YouTube channel with Crystal Room Wednesdays. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now, so you can get that update and alert when she does, or head on over to her Facebook page, Facebook Crystal's Healing Arts, just like her business name right here down at the bottom right, Crystal's Healing Arts on Facebook. Check her out. Of course, click like so you can get updates from her Facebook page when she does other stuff. But like I said, be sure to come back tomorrow where Crystal Wildstar will be giving readings for Crystal Room Wednesdays right here. And speaking of Crystal, her birthday is Friday. Yay, Virgos. So I'm going to be partying with my wife and am not going to be having a show this Thursday. So please come back Tuesday next week. All my beings of light, art, culture, and knowledge out there, if you enjoyed this Black Side of Liberty episode, then please definitely come back next week, Tuesday, where I will be speaking with the Secretary of the National Libertarian Party. Her name is Karen Ann Harlos, and she will be right here. Lady Liberty, she walks around with that Lady Liberty headband thing everywhere. She is known for that, and hopefully she wears it on the show. So come back Tuesday where we'll be speaking with Karen Ann Harlos herself, right here on the Black Side of Liberty. So again, on my beings of light, art, culture, and knowledge, truly appreciate you for being here. Have a great weekend. I'm going to go party with my wife. Have a wonderful birthday celebration. And all you Virgos out there, don't party too much without me, all right? Till next time, you guys, long live liberty. Peace.